Everyone. All right, so we are now experiencing a war between Russia and Ukraine. It's very sad. There's a lot of people's lives that are on the line, and a lot of people's lives are going to be ruined. It's very, very sad and unfortunate. This is what happened, okay? This being a crypto channel, I'm going to talk about the market right now and what I see happening. There's some very interesting things happening right now, and even beyond what's even being talked about. I'm gonna get into it. Okay, so please like and subscribe if you like what I'm saying right now. Okay, so right now, Russia owns about, or sends about 40% of Europe's gas, all right? Pretty much Russia kind of has Europe by a stranglehold. So right now, gas is flowing freely, as of what I can see from like suppliers, what I've heard from suppliers, and that's good news. Okay, but keep in mind that the Russian economy has been dwindling for a while now. Plus, the ruble has been getting smashed as well. Back in 2014, the same thing or very similar things happened, okay? So you had Russia invading Ukraine back in 2014. They took Crimea from Ukraine, and that's kind of what happened, and you saw the Russian ruble get destroyed pretty much. And then you also saw the Ukrainian hryvnia get massacred as well. So it's not a pleasant thing happening. Especially for people that are trying to get on with their daily lives when they're seeing the prices of gas going crazy, or because their currency has been getting destroyed. Talking about gas, all right, so Brent crude just hit $105 per barrel of oil. Not seen that's the highest level since 2014, and the same thing for WTI crude, which is just hit $100 a barrel for the first time since 2014. So there's a lot of inflation happening right now, and typically what these governments will do, well, actually what world governments do, especially big governments like the US, Europe, the ECB, they will do during wartime is print a lot of currency. There's going to be more printing than you could even imagine. And this is why we should all be owning Bitcoin, even during this strife, even though people are saying it's not a safe haven asset. Look at what gold's doing. It was up, 2%? It's been up 2% since its all-time high of 2011. Which isn't very much, it doesn't keep up with inflation. That's clearly not an inflation hedge. Bitcoin is an inflation hedge. Back in 2011, Bitcoin was at $30. Now we're looking at $34,000, $35,000 per Bitcoin. So that clearly kept up with inflation. Okay, here's the other thing that people aren't really talking about that could go into the next conflict as well, that could actually drive Bitcoin prices even lower than it is right now. So this is on Newsweek. This is actually a title. I'm just going to read off the title. China claims Taiwan, literally it's just claiming Taiwan as its own, as Russia tests the world with Ukraine. So governments are going kind of on overdrive right now, which is really interesting considering what was happening 2 years prior to this. What I expect is that Bitcoin will eventually be the go-to safe haven for geopolitical strife. Right now, it might not be, but in the future it will be, because these currencies are going to be printed into oblivion. And there's nothing stopping that. Heidi and I have been very adamant to say, hey, this is what happens during geopolitical uncertainties, and especially that during the last 2 years, we've seen, actually during the last 11 months, we've seen the US printer print 40% of all US currency that has ever existed into existence. So I'd expect a lot more currency inflation and potentially hyperinflation with many different nations now. And a lot of people are going to flee to Bitcoin. And so that's all I have to say. Please like and subscribe, and check us out on our CT Club for our updates and our portfolio.